Attendance at the pop culture convention has skyrocketed in the past decade, and it's now capped at about 125,000 visitors. To talk about what we can expect at ComicCon this year is KPBS arts reporter and author of the blog Cinema Junkie, Beth Accomando, and David Glanzer, the public relations director for ComicCon. And I'll bet the both of you have been waiting for this day since the last day.
365 days.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to start with you, David. So sure. Some purists may be saying that ComicCon has gone Hollywood. How would you respond to that?
Well, I think people who actually have been there since the very beginning know that film has always been an integral part of ComicCon. When we started in 1970, we highlighted comic books, film, and fantasy literature. I think ComicCon, Hollywood has kind of discovered ComicCon in the last 10 years or so and start to send a lot of their A-list talent. But film has always been a really important part of our event.
Yeah, so maybe Hollywood has gone Comic-Con, as you said.
I think so.
But something that people don't know, and Beth told me this, is that you're a nonprofit organization.
We are. We're nonprofit educational. And in fact, I think most people are aware of Comic-Con because of the costume characters, people who are on the floor, all those big booths and all that. But we take up 2 floors of meeting space at the convention center, as well as meeting space at area hotels with panels, seminars, workshops in all areas of pop culture, breaking into comic book business, some life drawing classes, real hands-on workshops for filmmakers. It's really an educational experience. Not as dynamic as the floor maybe, but just as interesting, if not more so.
And a big part of it. So Beth, I have to ask you, you've been attending Comic-Con since its beginnings. Since
Not quite birth, the first one, but early
decades on. For sure,
yes.
I have to say that. Why does it appeal to you personally?
I love it because I can find people who share interests with me. I'm obsessed with pop culture. I love it. I think pop culture tells us a lot about ourselves, about where we've been, where we're going to, what we're afraid of, what our anxieties are. And it's fun to be able to go someplace where you're around all these people who feel the same way.
It is fun. I was going to say, what would you say to people who say, oh, all these, crazy people in costumes? You do think, though, that pop culture is important to the culture of San Diego.
Oh, yes. And I mean, for one thing, it's the only place I feel normal is going down there. But no, I think it's important. I mean, I think film, television, comics, these are all art forms, and they need to be celebrated, and they need to be preserved, and they need to be appreciated.
So there's the cultural side of it and the educational side of it. What about the financial side? I've heard both sides of the story. I've heard it doesn't really impact San Diego, but does it?
I think it does. We've never really looked at that aspect because our focus really is on putting together a pretty good event. But the convention center has, and I think the economic impact is pretty impressive, especially since it happens over a course of about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, so we're looking at so this came from the convention center, and they said $180 million overall, direct attendance $75 million, tax revenue $2.6 million, and hotel rooms spending $126,000 on hotel rooms. Does this seem about right to you?
It does. It may even be conservative, and the reason being is I think that survey didn't take into account a lot of the things that some of the studios do, which is building wraps, renting out public parks to do activations, things of that nature. And the hotels, I think, are reflective of the hotels that we actually have room blocks in, which is about 60 hotels or so. And yet there are people who stay in hotels outside of our room blocks as far away as La Mesa and even Oceanside and farther up north. So the impact could be much greater.
What do you think is the major misconception about Comic-Con?
I think that it really is a bunch of kids who dress up in costume and are just having a good time, which is not a bad thing, but there's really so much more. There's a lot of business that actually is conducted during these 4 days. And also the educational aspect. People don't realize that there is really an educational component behind it all.
Absolutely. And what about you? What would you say would be a major misconception about it?
Well, I think people don't realize how much goes on there. There's like over 500 hours of programming going on. There's a film festival that I don't think that many people attend. So there's a lot that I think people tend to get focused on, that Hall H and the Hollywood stars, but there's so much more than that.
And we can expect to see a lot of those stories coming up next week?
Yep.
From you.
Yes.
All right, David Glanzer and Beth Accomando, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much.